and my car is so filthy. I thought I should use one of the 100 car washes in Livonia. I'm serious, my car is filthy, I'm embarrassed by it. Okay. So I just want to address something real quick, because it's all over social media today. Before you guys do, I was at the Housing Commission meeting, and Robin first told me as a housing commissioner, and after hearing a litany of problems from residents with nothing, they didn't respond in any way, shape, or form, even to a woman. Questions and challenge certain responses. My colleague expressed that she felt threatened. I want to be clear that my intention is not to threaten anyone, but rather to ensure accountability and clarity on important matters. The concerns at hand originated from residents who came forward with complaints. These concerns required a response, and when the responses were not provided, it created the perception that responsibilities were not being met. In that sense, the real pressure came not from me, but from the truth of the situation, the residents' input, and the lack of adequate follow-up. But I am sorry if Robin felt that. I'm very disappointed that she did, and I invited her here tonight, and I look forward to meeting with her to discuss the residents' concerns at Silver Board. So I hope that addresses that. I did bring the agenda for the Housing Commission, which I hope we get a chance to dig into a little bit. $40,000 for Pat Moran. What a surprise. All right, you know, if you know me, you know I write speeches, I give speeches, and today's going to be no different. Yes, so when Livonia voters went to the polls in the primary, they sent a message that could not have been clearer. The millage proposal was rejected by a margin of 2-1. That wasn't a close call. That was the people of Livonia standing up and saying this plan is not right for us. Now, leadership starts with listening. A city council member's first duty is to hear the concerns of the residents and to make decisions that reflect the will of the people. What we saw with this millage was the opposite. Instead of thoughtful planning, instead of open dialogue, it was a proposal pushed down people's throats. A very expensive endeavor, by the way. And the result was predictable. Voters said no, and they said it loudly. That was the first real test for anyone running for this council. Do you stand with the taxpayers, or do you rubber stamp a bad plan? Unfortunately, several candidates supported the millage, and in doing so, they showed they were out of step with the very people they want to represent. To me, that's a forfeiture of their seat at the table. If you couldn't pass the first test of judgment, how can residents trust you to make the right call when bigger, harder issues come before the city? We have to remember something important here. Livonia families are already stretched thin with rising costs at the grocery store, with inflation, with higher bills in every direction. The last thing we should be doing is asking residents for more taxes on top of that. 2026, you heard it here first, is going to be a brutal year. There's going to be record farmer bankruptcies. The tariffs are going to be in full effect. I talked to 3 local businessmen who think they're going to lose their businesses. 2026 is going to be brutal. Council's job is not to reach into your wallet first. It's to manage the money we have responsibly. That means looking for efficiency, setting priorities, and cutting waste before asking taxpayers for another dime. Now, some will say, we'll do better next time. But accountability doesn't work that way. If a proposal is this flawed from the start, if it is this out of touch with voters, then the people who supported it have already shown their judgment can't be relied on. We don't get a redo on credibility. From day one, I stood against this millage because I knew it was the wrong time. My approach is simple: transparent budgeting, smarter priorities, and respect for taxpayers. I will never support a plan that puts residents last. Livonia deserves leadership that listens, that respects the will of the people, and puts taxpayers first. That's what I've done, that's what I'll continue to do, and that's why I'm running for city council.
You say I'm about that. solution for that. Okay, we're going to get to some questions. We've got a few to start with, and then we're going to turn it over to you all. But the first question we're going to ask is, with Livonia facing ongoing budget challenges, what concrete steps would you take to cut unnecessary spending with protecting essential services like police, fire, library, etc.? And we'll start with Patrick.
Okay, so there's sorry about that. Okay, so stuff that we can take is going to be going through all of sequence of those line to see what can be cut before we start impacting people's livelihoods, because that's going to bring us, for example, they want to do a couple of positions within the city. There's other places that we can cut. I believe we have something plus a 20 plus, maybe 30 vehicles. All right. We have 2 vehicles for department heads that I think they could do the job without. So much better. Okay. We got it again. We've got something like 20 to 30 fleet vehicles that are assigned to department heads. These positions don't need 24-hour response. When you have other positions, you have assistant directors, underneath the directors. These are nice things to have, but if you have a community that's going to be facing leaner times, you need to make cuts to positions that are no longer needed. Or not to positions, but to items that are no longer needed. So removing fleet vehicles would be one way. We need to look at how we spend our money. During good times, you can have third-party assessment centers for your directors if you got the money. The problem is, if we're going to have lean time, we don't need it. We have an HR department, we have a civil service department that can do these hirings. We shouldn't be paying your $40,000 a year in order for an assessment center to be utilized. It doesn't make sense to do it. Now, these are small things when you look at the millions of dollars that are going to need to be raised. But just like you can have a death by 1,000 cuts, okay, every little cut that you can make to the budget without impacting people's livelihoods can turn this situation around. So those are what I would do. It's just little small things that you kind of suck away.
Thank you, Becker. Mr. Hooper?
So the question is, everybody good with it? So the question is, how do we save money? And I think the first step is, and I like Steve's approach. He's probably going to talk about this, his experience on the school board. And it's going line by line and saying, well, what can we eliminate? What are the things that we have to have? And then what are the things that maybe we don't have to have right now? When you look at, and you got to have a cooperative council to be able to do this. You have to have collaboration. You have to have minds that are united in this and can sit down at a table and say, all right, we need to look at this critically and say, where can we cut that we're not affecting essential services? And essential services, police and fire, absolutely essential. They have to have what they have to keep us safe. This is the #1 building block in any community. Library. We have to have a good library system because that is what gives you enlightenment for the future. So we can't cut that out and say, well, gee, I wonder why, nobody wants to be involved, or why are the kids not doing well in school? When you cut sources of enlightenment, and especially when you're talking to Sandberg and Noble is certainly on the chopping block. These are city services to underrepresented areas in Livonia. When you talk to residents out there, if you talk to folks on the south side, they don't feel like they're getting their fair share of same service. Those on the east side, they feel the very same way. So those are steps that we can take, and obviously there's more. Maybe if we have a round table, we can get a little more in depth into that. Thank you.
All right, my answer to this is definitely outside. Anyway, I've been watching how council spends money. They do things backwards. They will come to approve the payment, an increase in the change order on the contract, but they did the work before they already did the case in point, they did paving on Schoolcraft at Farmington, just between Farmington and Stark. I visited a business there back in May. Everything was being worked on, and we couldn't get through there. And a couple of weeks ago, they came to council asking for an additional $585,000 in the change order for a contract that was originally $865,000. So, there's, I think it's complacency, or I don't know what it is, but regardless, it has to change. They have to start taking more control and asking questions on where the money's going and how it's being spent. But as to another candidate said, we need to go through that budget line by line. Actually, the budget for the upcoming year is online right now, but it's probably 170 on pages. It's very, for the whole thing, but it's very updated. So, anyway,
Before I get into Steve, I'm just going to tell you the budget is very informational. I did say that the city spent last year prior to the bond failing was $2.5 million with Matt Moran and all their friends in everything that failed. $2.5 million that could have been spent on things that need to be fixed in the city.
one caveat on that. We're actually on the meeting notes from last Monday's meeting has a couple of attachments for the discussions. And the mayor is noted that they were going to pay back that money that was supposed to be for capital improvements through the bond. And it's something that they talked about last February.
They will never be paid back. They will never be paid back. The question is, with the loan facing ongoing budget challenges, what concrete steps do you take to protect with protecting essential services like police, fire, libraries, etc.?
Yep. So the last council meeting, it's ours, towns, and consulting. I said, this seems like over. Everything's coming. Everybody is coming. You live in Livonia, you drive around the world, you get a car, and you get a gas card. It's not the services anymore. This is our money, taxpayer dollars. This isn't Amazon. This isn't a billionaire running a business. This is tax dollars and you have to handle it. So the charter of accounts, LPS, went to every line item. That's how I found out we were sending taxis into Detroit to pick up students and bring them into our district for $700. That's how I found out about a lot of unbelievable spending that just adds up. I question shipping charges, $30,000 shipping charges in the era of free shipping. And I was mocked at the table. The superintendent said, Steve, it's 10%. I said, no, okay, 4 years. So I suggested I was going to go pick up these textbooks at $30,000 in order to California. I had a buddy, Rick, went coast to coast and said, you pick them up. So our curriculum director asked
charges again. So I see things, I change things, and it affects the future going forward. If you walk into any building in LPS, the lights come on automatically. Thank you. That's issue sustainability. There's LED lights. There's all these things that I push for, and I will do this with the budget. We waste so much energy. They change the lights out. Just some of them. I've been for 2 years bitching. These old light fixtures, they changed just like you were at the rec center. The first month they saved $80,000. Every light in the library from 1970 or 1988 when they built it. We've got to be better.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay, I have one more question. I'm going to turn it out to you folks. What specific steps would you take to rebuild public trust in city government?
Concerns about the lack of transparency. We're going to start with Jim.
Sorry.
I don't see where we're getting that from all facets of our local government right now. So, from the mayor's office to the city council to department heads, you're not getting a good accounting of where they're spending money. And that's the number one thing. This is devastating the trust of the voters, the residents, in city government right now. And that has to be restored. We absolutely have to be able to do that. You have to put folks on there that are willing to listen to the residents, what they're concerned about, what do they want to know, and then seek to find those answers out. And maybe you won't have it right in the answers. Hey, what do you want to do about this? I don't know, but let me look into that. And if you get down to it, then you really find out what are the details on this. And if you sit down with them or you have a meeting, and with your colleagues, and produce that information so that they feel sufficient in that transparency, that they feel, okay, I understand it now, I see the numbers, they make sense, these issues are being addressed, that has to happen. And if we don't get that back, we're not going to have good government. We're not going to have good representative government in our city. So that's it, right there. Thank you very much. Steve?
From build back trust. You have to have open dialogue. And you have to respect people. Right now, you cannot send an email to your mayor directly. You need to email just to go to your meeting or go to the alert. And that's wrong. That is wrong. Trust starts at the top. The mayor should be at every council meeting. The mayor should be leading the charge on anything that's going on in the city. Where is she on shoes? Where is she on anything? She's checked out. She's on every weekend. She's completely checked out. So it all starts from the top. But it's up to us, the people. The people. The power of the people. And we, the people with power. And it's up to us to show up. November 4th is going to be really touch and go. 18,000 people voted no for against that bill. We don't know. I haven't seen, there are some people very vocal about it. They're gone. They're back on the road. The Millage is the And so we have got to get people through the polls. There will be no restoration of trust, which certain people are elected. It's going to be worse. We're going to lose free speech at the council meeting, and it's going to go back to the Livonia days of Kathleen McIntyre as president. And you're belittling residents and telling people to sit down and stop talking. So we really, really,
going. And you're only going to trust if you got people that are trustworthy. How about that? Thank you.
In order to restore trust in the leaders, council, transparency, it's going to be echoed here. Transparency is key. We need to be able to say where the money's going, how it's being spent. We need to be easily accessible to the residents. You have a website, you can get a lot of information on what's being spent there, but I think it's a little bit of an overhaul so that anyone can put down, okay, what is the department of public works, how much of this stuff is easily identifiable so that you can find this information without having to go through 6 different PDFs. I think that this is something that can be easily constructed. I think we've done transparent things that we have the numbers as well. So that's one way to make transparent, where the money is, only the money. Another thing is just having an open dialogue. I would like to see such things at the meeting increasing, the amount of time that you have to speak to the council. I would also like to see possibly a back and forth, maybe at the end of the meeting, if need be, or where you can ask a question, get an answer. Just because if you ask a question, then there's silence. Sometimes you get a response, but sometimes you get crickets. So I think you get that transparency. You have to see what the council is thinking about what you decide. Maybe they're still saying, hey, we'll find out this information for you. Trust is hard to get back. Right now, there's not a whole lot of trust in the administration, some council members. So it's a local battle. And that's why I do believe that it would be a good very benefit here having the chance to work with 4 new people to the council. New faces, new ideas, a new way of approaching things. Otherwise, something will just either stay the status quo or get worse.
Well, not to be dead horse, but trust is definitely going to start. We need to communicate, and that just isn't from the mayor's office. It needs to come from all the different commissions that are out there too, because that information is nowhere. Minutes for the library commission. We need to change that. It's not that hard in today's time to have that information available on. So to me, that's really important. And to listen. Council to just sit there and look at you like you're wasting their time and just go away. And I personally would never do that. I'm being hired to work for you, not to for my own self-interest. So definitely, we have an opportunity to clear the slate. We have the opportunity to real change in our city and to have council members that actually care and want to listen and want to think about it.
Thank you, everybody. Now, I'm going to throw it out to you all if you have questions. Greg, I see you have one first.
Yeah, you're not going to put the timer on me, all right?
I led the effort to fight this corner at 8 and 8. It's great that you know what everything is. Something that's just the opposite. In this corner, they have to have that in the agenda. It's against the ordinances. You have something 100 feet from Parks and Rec, less than 100 feet from Green, and it borders Parks and Rec golf course. Okay? So that was one of the things that bothered me. They were the ordinances. And they're just following through. They're following through. They're usually kindness. Okay? So I want to make sure that we stand up and get money from sheets, number one. I want to know, are they going to vote no if it comes in front of them?
And that will not include that proposal. It's wrong place for that. So I'm sure the only has 36 acres. Sorry, you can find us out where it's from.
So, you're asking us to go on the record here. I think there's a lawsuit against the city right now. Or not. So, and you and I discussed it on the phone about this, and you will be in on it. I had the board here because I'm a potential, potential council member, and you want me to speak on something that is litigating right now. So, but I'll say that as I've expressed to you, I am in favor of this. We have to keep business friendly in the local. Business goes where it feels welcome and it sees where it is appreciated. Now, but with that, I'll say, in particular with sheets, and nothing against sheets, because, I mean, it looks like they're like a great company. But this particular site, from my perspective, is just a bit, mainly due to the fact that it is part of the watershed. I, after speaking with Greg, I went to the site, I took pictures, then got out of the car, and she got back in, and I walked behind the building, along the street, and through the weeds, and everything else, really almost up to the golf course. My perspective on this is that the city is aware that the watershed runs through there, and that is a liability to the city. It is a liability. And anybody who is going to be a council member, your number one responsibility is to be a fiduciary for the city, for the residents, and not to put your residents in a legal conundrum, right? And so if we approve this, just by way of example, we city council meeting, they wanted to what needs to be done on the gas tank for the police in the way, because it's leaking from the intake into the outer tank, and they discovered that. What if that was to happen and it wasn't caught? And you did a contaminant running through that watershed. Well, that would include the golf course and how many homes downstream from that. That will be a very costly cleanup. That will fall on the backs of the taxpayers. So I'm not in favor of sheets being at that location or any gas station at that location. I empathize with the owner of that property because
polluting not only our own city, our own golf course, which we're known for, the homes that are brought to that water source, and actually going downstream and into other communities. I think we need to be responsible in that regard. So hopefully that
I guess she's good. I look at this a lot of advocates of the neighbors that are directly impacted by she's showing up. Let me ask you, do you have anything better you want to do there? No, do you go down to the city hall and do that? No. No. So, I don't really does it. A lot of people will say, unless they feel strongly about it. So the residents are saying, I think it was 95% of people don't want it there. There are open spots. There's some great spots that I will give you that could put a sheet. The city would benefit from it. You know, it's a pretty staff and then the residents don't have to do it. So yes, I'm not for sheets or implementation because it makes sense. The whole thing is cooperation, not just family. Okay? Cooperation, we need to work with the residents to help be logical conclusions so that they also go the world. And these things are being directly impacted, so they're not interested in the sheets.
So the issue I have with sheets and study that location, they were elected to that location. They went to file the alert, they would slow it down, they took them to the council, they don't pay it, they were told this. They were told and so sheets doing their due diligence, knowing it's going to go over there. So spend a lot of money, so they're doing a lot of money. So why was that only the city? Well, lawsuit. Because they told them to go there. And then the council actually created the complaint of the laws. I was at a council meeting when they came and Joe Stack wanted to put in the paragraph. And they said, no, Joe Stack got to sue the city paid. That is not a blueprint for any business that wants to go anywhere they want to see. They're going to run lawsuits. So I believe there are great locations that are better for sheets. In particular, Frank's Nursery at Easter and Schoolcraft with a service drive to the freeway. And think of this, 24-hour food sheets. Hotels filled with people looking for munchies. It's a perfect location. That has been for clients 10 years. It's like Logan's restaurants we closed for 8 years. Another great location. There's another one at like Stark and Merriman. The city did not do their due diligence. They should have said, look, we're the residents, we're going to have issues getting this across